The dusty roads, they tell a tale where stories rise like the morning gale. Market stalls and a beating heart, lyric cities where the dreams all start. A sky so wide, it's an endless blue. The fields so green, they're calling you. Drums, they echo through the town tonight. Lyric city shining like the northern light. Boda, weave through the street. Life's a rhythm you feel in your feet. Neighbors smile, they always greet. Under the sun where hearts compete. From the riverbanks to the sacred trees, the city hums with endless harmonies. Dreams are sown where the stars convene. Leader's legacy lives unseen. Kids are laughing, their spirits free, chasing joy like birds through the breeze. The elders speak of what used to be. Lyra holds our history. A sky so wide, it's an endless blue. The fields so green, they're calling you. Drums, they echo through the town tonight. Lyric city shining like the
Do you know when it called love, when two become one? And I felt like a boom in your arms, I called home. Do you know when it called love, when two become one? And I felt like a boom in your arms, I call home. It feels like paradise when your hands are in mine. It feels like paradise when I drown into your eyes. Like it feels like paradise when your hands are in mine. It feels like Do you know when it called love, when two become one? And I felt like a boom in your arms, I called home. Do you know when it called love, when two become one? And I felt like a boom in your arms, I call home. It feels like paradise when your hands are in mine. It feels like paradise feels like paradise when your hands are in mine. It feels like paradise.
Good morning in Unity TV Uganda. No Chivere, the Boma di Lira City. My name is Rita and Pola Kareke Hinena Yeka Nomianiana. Inside is quite remarkable in Christians' faith. On Unity TV is quite remarkable in Christians' faith. On Unity TV, I have a guest, a very important guest, by the way. As per, we have been seeing a lot of things happening around the city, law enforcement, vacating people here and there. Men need the city, so that we give value to that city status. The government gave it to us. But I want to believe that everything happens for a good reason. Then one tell one that we keep saying we want development, we need to down over here and there, but this is part of it. So law enforcement has been doing its part within the city, not only Lira, but all cities all over Uganda. Kampala, we have been seeing on TikTok and different social media platforms, and others didn't expect it, that this is now implemented. Now that it has been implemented, what next? What plan does the government have for cities that we have in Uganda, or else city council melera ticket a plan about hijamo vacating? That aside, well, a man ticket a year can is SP Patrick Jimmy Okema, a me obera loc the region in North Kyoga, and a berikare me taking us through the COPE general status of security ameti in North Kyoga region. Alongside that, Polakare one obera winyu, ni corridors yung kanameti enclosed has been harbors, like it has been harboring a lot of dangerous people and imposing a lot of threat to people out there. In that, jokoni kuopono kaname tiameti enclosed yung kano wumere corridors anupo yabuno eno. Nyongo district ame chama ina na babia charake watanyim. I don't know timbala yetu beriye and doing what is not necessary. So tina ena beru kerekare meme yuwa meyo. Some of the truth, nyongo reality ame one miro accepting security wise. Ni law enforcement are vacating you off the streets and opening up enclosed areas upon you in curbing down the rate of crimes in North Kyoga region. So you're welcome.
Thank you very much, Madam Rita, for bringing me to the studio this morning. First and foremost, let me send my greetings to all the viewers outside there. Like Rita said, my name is Superintendent of Police Patrick Jimmy Okema. I'm the Regional Public Relations Officer for North Kyoga region that covers the 9 districts and 3 divisions within Lira City. That is basically my areas of operations. You mentioned quite many things, talked about land. I'm wondering whether you're fasting. The face doesn't look like you're fasting. I hope you're fasting.
I don't know whether you're trying to pin me, but anyway, that is between me and God.
Yes.
But I haven't been fasting. Why? Me, I have ulcers, very bad ulcers.
I'm sorry.
So the hakoni are fasting, kita mir bedkede. Anyway, jo kobi wa chachi miri tem kita megeni unit waro containing. Eka jo kena me odonya tututi dini. Kwa weni komiri fasting chaki dikuna hituniti gonya echa apario. Which me, I haven't been able to do that.
Sure.
Ameyin yinibero atela I church matoni. Maybe you would help guide me on that. Irike mirbedeo.
Well, I think for the purposes of our show this morning, issues of relating to fasting or Lent period, it's a very key period, particularly in the Catholic Church or the Christians, because it's a period that we reflect on different things that we've gone through. And there are key 3 things that normally talked about in the church: prayers, fasting, and almsgiving. These are very key as we take the 40 days in fasting. But outside that, I am not a priest, but I'm a Christian. I understand some of those things. Just like you said, fasting is between you and God, because what you're fasting for or in, it is you and God that knows, because you do not fast for Rita. I fast to God, to support me in the challenges that I'm going through, or thank him on the good things that God has done for me. But of course, we take this period from the perspective of security, that as a region, generally, I want to say North Kyoga region is peaceful. It's very calm, with few isolated cases that we always get. And we always say these cases that comes does not in any way antagonize the peace of the populace. So it's one thing that we thank God for that, because it does not in any way interfere with the general security situation of the entire community. Where there is insecurity, so many things don't happen rightly. The case in point, you can't develop when there is insecurity. You can't do business when there is insecurity. The children cannot go to school when there is insecurity. Even you coming to the studio here, you'll be working from home, coming to the studio, you'll be having some of those gaps. So you realize that security is very pertinent in the development of a particular country. Right now, we are seeing what is happening in Iran. We know what it means. So many lives are being lost. Homes are being destroyed. Several missiles are flying over here and there. These are very bad for the development of a country. So that really takes that particular country back. We saw this during the time that the LRA was fighting against the government of Uganda. We have seen it, particularly areas of Acholi, Lango, and partly Teso. We saw it, and it's something which made us lag so much behind. But I'm happy that the government did its best under the leadership of the President of the Republic of Uganda, His Excellency, Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, for stabilizing the country. In fact, even now, people are traveling 24 hours. Someone leaves Lira, goes to Kampala at any time. You can leave. The buses are leaving here at midnight, 11, at 1. There is too much aspects of freedom, and that reflects how much our country, Uganda, is stable. Someone can travel from here to Kabale, here to Kisoro, here to Mbale, here to, Tororo, here to the border of South Sudan via Gulu. So you realize that the importance of security is very key. And this now brings me to the question that you've asked in line to the enforcement team that are very actively clearing the road reserves within the city. This is not only happening in Lira City, it's equally happening in other regions or other regional cities like Gulu, Arua, Mbale, Mbarara. In fact, it began with the capital city, Kampala. So to me, it's one thing that it's good, because if I pick from your question, how does this benefit fighting against crime? If you look at some of these areas that the enforcement team are targeting, the other places that harbors the criminals. A case in point, if you look at the back streets, okay, of the city, the corridors. These are some of the points where you'll find some of these criminals get engaged in smoking opium, marijuana, chewing mairungi, and planning, like along your street here towards the highway, the road, over Juba Road.
Yes.
You realize that one time we did our intelligence, we noted there are criminals that do their findings in shifts. There are those who come, stand in a particular strategic area, like for 3-4 hours, monitoring and targeting what they would do in the night. Now, when 2-3 hours elapses, another person comes take over. It's just like when you see the security of the head of state in any function. You notice that there are those who come stand for some time, they are relieved, and this is exactly what these people do. So it is something which we need to look into. And as security, we have taken interest into that. And to us as security officials, we realize that the enforcement, the removal of some of these points, it is going to help us because that aspects of freedom that give them chances to do those kind of planning and all that, it's no longer there. That means they're going to go in the outskirts of the city, okay? But still, we'll definitely be able to follow them. But the beauty is we have also been conducting intelligence-led operations in line to some of the challenges at the community, because when we go to conduct our community policing program, sometimes we get complaints from the community members sharing with us the challenges that they get through. Fortunately, sometimes even they go ahead and share with us the names of these particular people. And that makes our work very easy and simple. We have been encouraging the community to cooperate with security, because fighting crime is not only the work of police or security people, it is the responsibility of everyone. If you look at the Constitution, Article 212, it provides for the different roles of police. Like us, we have protection of life and properties, preservation of law, we detect and prevent crime, and above all, the fourth one, which is very key, is we liaise with other security agencies. At the same time, the civilian authority, which are within. So you realize that we do not work in isolation, we work together with members of the public. You people who invited me to come to Unity TV this morning, you've noticed that, yes, you have a role that you need to collaborate with security. So either you did this knowingly or unknowingly, but you're doing the rightful thing, because now the messages that we are sharing now, it's going to our viewers and the listeners, which is very key. And if you pick from Article 17, that gives the mandates or the different roles and responsibilities of a citizen of this country. Point that says the civilian also cooperate with the security. In fighting crime, when you see something happening in your area that disorganizes security, why would you fold your hands and say, this is the work of the OKEMAs, the JIMIs, the RCC? No, it is everybody's responsibility.
So everyone has a role to play.
Perfectly. And I've always said that if you take from the Criminal Procedure Code Act, okay, Section 15, it gives powers to a citizen like you. If you found a maid somewhere beating or torturing a child, must you fold your hand and say, no, let me go and call police to come? No. You can act, you can arrest this person under Section 15. Then Section 16 mandates you to hand over this person to the responsible authority. In this regard, it will be the security personnel. And that will give us time to take your concern. We do investigation, we shall take your statement. All that you saw, that is part of evidence that will be put against this person before court. So generally, fighting crime, our viewers, it is responsibilities of everyone in whichever levels you are in, whether you're a farmer, whether you're a wheelbarrow pusher, whether you're a doctor, whether you're an engineer. Don't wait if you see a crime being committed in an area, kindly share that with the police or any security agency, such that at the end of the day, such a person is picked, brought to police custody, investigations commences, files are compiled, and later submitted to the resident chief state attorney for purposes of going through the files and offering legal advice on how this person should be charged before court. Basically, that is how great we can fight crime. So in efforts to this ongoing enforcement of the city being cleaned up in terms of the road reserves, the corridors, the back streets, to me, it is something which is very healthy, irrespective of some few challenges that some of this enforcement team are getting. But of course, they're working very closely with us. We thank the leadership of Lira City under the town clerk and, of course, the political head who is the mayor. They are doing all it takes to see that they have a successful enforcement. And at least now, if you move around town, you realize there is a change. But of course, I have seen Lira is not all that failed. But if you went to other other cities. A case in point, just on Tuesday, I was in Gulu celebrating the birthday of the paramount chief of Acholi. I noticed Gulu is really beautiful,
But Gula has
very
always been
clean.
beautiful, let's
You know,
admit.
it's just,
They've been more organized than us all
well,
through this while. So I want to believe with the enforcement of cleaning up the cities, maybe it's a double now effort. I want to believe it's more tripling the beauty which it has always had. Yeah.
Okay, there may be some few challenges. Yesterday, I was in touch with the city enforcement officer. I was asking him how the process of the enforcement. He said, "Yeah, finally, it's moving on well. There are a few challenges here and there, but so far so good," which is okay. The only gap that I see in the enforcement here is that we do not bring the entire stakeholders together.
It's just a section
that
is taking action.
So yeah, but those are things that we can handle at some level. It's maybe not for the consumption of the viewers, but of course these are things that we need to talk about, because at the end of the day it makes things move on smoothly. But by and large, the enforcement is very good. As security, we're going to benefit because it's going to push most of these attacks to the city, which of course our unit commanders must take interest and see that as they move outside city, they follow. They should follow, and we can only follow this through intelligence-led operation, because once they have been disorganized within the city, they should again start looking at other points where they can go, settle, gather, and start doing their stupid thing. Yeah, I thank you.
There's one thing which has been a major concern from the public out there. Enforcement is going on, and yes, most of the youth, I don't know if you realize, most of the owners of these kiosks, those who are operating in the corridors, those who are making chapatis along the roadside, most of them were youth. And there's a complaint, Bulinian have been left jobless. And there's fear that because of this, these jobless youth right now might end up becoming the real criminals in the city. I don't know how you view that.
Well, I am sure that, fortunately, I may not be the rightful person to respond to this, but of course, as a security personnel who is all around, I can't fail to respond. I am sure in the process of beginning this enforcement, the leadership must have sat down, done the planning on seeing how to relocate some of these youth we are talking about. Indeed, they are surviving. For example, these chapati makers, we buy these chapatis from them. The money supports them. First, we get into the stomach and we get well.
Sure.
Now, like you said, if it's not planned, okay, on where they can be relocated, definitely can also be another. As you solve this problem, you're creating another problem. But I have interacted with some of the city authority. A case in point, if you went to visit Lango Koran,
yes,
you notice they sat with the leadership of the mosque. They wanted to push some of these people that side. But unfortunately, I think the leadership, they're like, okay, for us it is okay, but what we need, these people will pay rent. At the same time, they'll pay for us what? Taxes. No, I think taxes doesn't go to an individual.
True.
Taxes goes to the government. In this case, Lira City is collecting revenue to the government, and it again bounces back to support service delivery. Exactly. So I think that one didn't go well with the leadership, which even to me, I support the decision of the Lira City, because you cannot accept, it is a private land, yes, but you're giving these people to pay rent to the owners of the land.
That is ground rent.
But now, the city can benefit from taxes, which for them, they said, no, they want both. So I think the decision that the city said, okay, if it is that way, we're going to push all these people away.
Let them find out where
they will now get no customers, yes, to me, I think they should have sat down and harmonized that, because it gives opportunity for our people to get together and see where they can conduct a business for a living. So, but of course, there are other places that they've already gazetted and they'll be pushing people to go to. We appeal to our locals, particularly these people, that please, where the city leadership has guided you to go to, kindly move into that place and go and settle. Your customers will follow you. If at all you had genuine customers, they will follow you whether you like it or not. That is why you've seen in many cases, even like bars, okay? You find customer A is so used to a particular bar owner. Even when this bar is relocated somewhere, they will still follow, yes. So it depends on your good PR you've been having with your customers that will push them to come to you. So we appeal to these particular people who are affected, kindly move to those places where the cities have identified and go and fix as your business, and you continue from there, yes. Because at the end of the day, we do not want a situation where we start pulling ropes outside the enforcement team. They again come to the DPC. DPC, we need some personnel to go and enforce. No, we shouldn't really be using force all the time. Be that person who loves the country, okay, and move genuinely. Just move by yourself and go to that particular point, and you set and your business continue. So I think this operation is very good because, like you said, it is something that is going to support us, our security, and make our work easier. Fortunately, the government of Ghana has come out very nicely by installing a closed circuit television. These are CC TVs, cameras, which the government has started with urban centers. In Lira here, we have more than 100 plus cameras that have been installed. You went to Kamdini Highway, we have. You went to Lokolo, we have. And we have command centers at Lira Central Police Station, in Onjuena here, in Kamdini and Doko. So this helps us to monitor and even see that the operation of this team, the enforcement team, we can as well see from our cameras. By any short of that, even we encourage the locals. People should be able to install cameras in their facilities. These cameras are not expensive, but someone may think these cameras are very expensive. They are not. Buying a digital video recorder, DVD or DVR, channels of whatever numbers you want, and the cameras, they're really very, DVR you can get it around 600,000 or 500, depending on the numbers of the cameras that you want. Because there are those ones that start with 2 cameras or 4, goes to 8, goes to 12, like that. And these cameras alone, they are cameras of 60,000, 65, 80. It depends on the quality and what your pocket meter will speak. Because your strength of money depicts what you can buy. There are those ones of 200,000, there are those ones of even 1 million. It depends. There are those ones where even when someone has put on a face mask or a mask, you can still be able to penetrate and get that, yes, this is Rita, or this is Jimmy or Kema, you get. So it depends on the strength of your pockets that will determine which quality of the cameras that you can get. But again, if you install, you can come to police, say, I want you to link my camera into your system. You know, sometimes you are not able to monitor your cameras yourself. Like me, if I'm here at home, I am able to view my what is happening. At one point, I can tell the viewers that, yes, there was someone who penetrated into my fence at home. I don't know what a coincidence. Surprising at that particular time, I was checking, and I knew this boy. I picked my phone and called the father. I said, kindly, Muse, go and pick your boy from my fence. Otherwise, he may end up lying horizontally or vertically is this. Horizontal, I said he can lie for good. Kindly Fortunately, Mosey went and got this boy, my friend. So we can link your camera into our system and we'll be able to view on your behalf because our command center is 24/7. I mean 24/7 operational. And our staffs are there. They also move in shifts. So we'll be able to see, say, at the UTV, I mean, Unity, TV or Unity Radio, at the back there is someone who is climbing the wall. We can pick a phone and call, say, please check, send your skyers to check at the back. That is how best you can benefit from our system. And that is the beauty of technology now. And
So
that
does
is
it
one
come
thing
with
with
a
the
cost?
head of state, the president is embracing and he wants that to be working. And it is working, it is supporting us with investigation, and it is one of the modern ways of handling crimes.
So the linking comes with a cost.
Well, it
Or
is something
not?
that we may not discuss now. Kindly come to the technical team.
Okay, I get it.
We'll share with you. There may be no cost, but you come, you'll be told on what to do. But it is very, very helpful.
User friendly.
Absolutely. Because it's going to support you on behalf of you. Okay, the police will support it because you could have gone for work. Okay, very few people link their cameras
Cameras to
at
their
home into
phones.
their phone. If you have a very good gadgets like a bigger Wi-Fi like this, you should be able to. Because if you connect into your phone, and that means internet should be on at home, and also yours should be on, and you'll be able to see it very, very well. Thank you very much.
Well, thank you for that. Oh, Poyomiwa, an insight into let me say what is going on around the city that is trying to vacate people off areas. I mean, the city feels like it should be free. I mean, teacher pobere mati teacher manu joteti no and no. Now afande ukema. There's this one thing, yine me wani anga ba security wise kita wana benefiting kere kita kwa nyukire medwa korwame te mobile in North Kyoga region. There's one crime that is quite domestic. There's instant of a friend starting a silly, maybe it's a funny game. People are playing matatu, nyongochorogi, and people end up in a fight and they end up killing each other. I don't know if you can really relate. I've seen it so many times. We were walking along the road, we see who is best when it comes to, is it Kung Fu or something like that? We were playing cards and we were betting towards something, and the other party maybe won the other and they refused to agree again. I don't know whether it's called domestic incited murder, something like that. Why is the rate over increasing day by day in North Kyoga region?
Well, Rita, I entirely agree with you. Of late, we have had a series of cases of murders which emanate from domestic issues, emanate from suspicion that somebody has stolen an item, be it a cow, a goat, a motorcycle, or stolen from a garden. Others due to land-related cases. And the one which you've just mentioned, this is particularly in urban centers, where that's why I'm saying we are happy that most of these corridors in cities here, like if you went to Pipe area, you notice there are those who are there.
And the corridors
burning.
has been their home all this while.
When you pass around that, you find the smell is different and ask yourself, what is this? But definitely, you realize that these are people who are smoking drugs, okay, which is very, very dangerous for the activity. So you find that some are playing cards. Unfortunately, we have intelligent Ugandans who are contesting some of the sections of the law or the articles in the Constitution. And through the high courts or the constitutional court, some of these sections are being removed. Okay? Like of late, you've seen the nullification of the Computer Misuse Act. some
It was
sections,
so heartbreaking, especially to the ladies.
some sections have been put aside, and this makes operation a little difficult. If you follow before, there was this section of idle and disorderly independent court act. It was also, so I'm saying these are intelligence people. They're so-called intelligence people. Fine, they could be doing right, but it's a disservice to the local community, because if you see people now playing cards for a living, then that means there is a problem. And that is why the government is emphasizing over issues of doing science subjects in schools. And if you follow very closely, of late, within these two sittings that candidates have sat, particularly senior fours, you notice there are senior fours who are coming out with great ideas, okay? They're identifying problems in the community and coming out with solutions. People are saying, yes, if you went to the hospital, there are delays in handling a patient. They're coming up with some application which are
Solutions.
supporting, yes. Look at the issues of cooking. Like my former school here, Comboni College,
Comboni
you
is doing
realize
really
that they
great.
are coming up with very nice project where you can create, the sun is being wasted. So they are coming up with projects that really you can even cook within 15, 30 minutes, your beans or food is ready. So these are the beauty that all of us as parents, we should embrace what the government is coming to be bringing out in line to change in the education system. So if I get back to your question, issues relating to playing cards for money, these are things I've seen it is leading into death. Because you find maybe I'm supposed to pay 2,000 to you after you've won. Now I have played, all my money is used up.
It's gone.
Now you do not have others, even they remove their share. There was one in Kwania where he pledged the wife. Pledging the wife to play cards. When they beat him, they went home to pick the wife so that this man goes with the wife. Now, how can that happen? So this leads into a fight,
So how
and
did that end up?
such fights leads into injuries. Injuries, you rush to health facilities, and at the end of the day, you hear somebody has been pronounced dead. Or sometimes in a drinking joint, like this Maroa, okay? This, I don't know, Ajono in Teso language.
Counting.
Yes, you go drinking that, there you're supposed to pay on a particular period. But if today you don't have,
subscribing or unlocking another package.
now you can't go there on a weekly basis without money. Maybe 2, 3 occasions, okay, has moved there without money. They'll start asking me, but you man, you've been here, you've not given. Maybe you leave us. Now because you cannot also leave, you want to take the drink. At the end of the day, you annoy the other group members, and you find that people start quarreling, and from quarrel it comes to a fight. From fight, you find people picking whatever kind of items that they have, and find you are hit, and it leads to death. This is how we are registering sound. We call them isolated cases because it is something between me and you that cannot really disorganize the entire
whole community.
Yes, it is involving particular parties. Like a school yesterday, but one. It is a school that the students, this senior 4 student went to the senior 6 dormitory from nowhere. Actually, after a year, I want to go to that school to understand what really happened.
Which school?
I will mention. So, the student beat up the senior 4 student, the senior 6s. And the boy lost consciousness. He was rushed to the referral here. I think the doctors did their part very quick. They thought the boy was already okay without assessing him very well. He was discharged. On reaching school, he started feeling serious pain. So he was brought back, and the whole of last evening, he was taken for X-ray. I'm yet to get more from the parent who came from home. Yeah, how he spent. So some of these things happen, and at the end of the day, you find complications come. Tomorrow you hear this child is no more. So that becomes a very, very big issue. So these are some of the things that are happening in the community out of the gaps that are developed. But me, sometimes I ask myself, God has given you, you have the hands, you have the two legs, you can see, you have ears. Why are you not utilizing these sites that you have? Okay? We have lands in the villages. People want to leave the villages, they come to town life. This is one challenge that is with our youth. They excuse themselves from the villages, migrate to the city or to the urban centers, and they think jobs are there waiting for you. We should be job creators than seekers. And that is one thing that the government, through the leadership of President Yoweri Museveni,
The
is
Ministry of
emphasizing
Education.
on issues of job creation. And that is why there is very big aspects of protecting our investors in terms of very many things that you're seeing. Like in Lira here, we have so many of these people. If you went to the industrial area, you notice there are so many industries that are operating and providing series of jobs. Go to Bepwine. Go to the next after Bepwine is La Vida.
La Vida.
Excuse, last time I visited them, they are employing more than 600 people. That is good. Okay? So these are the things that we want. Come to Unity session here. Many of you are benefiting. So this is what we want. Job creation should be more than those who are job seekers. The president always emphasized there are less than 500,000 jobs in the country, in public service. But how many Ugandans are there? Not all of us can benefit from public service. Others should be in the private sector. And that is it. We can't run away from that. So his vision is very clear. Some people are not seeing. You see people waking up, there is unemployment. Yes, there is unemployment, but not all of us can go into these opportunities. Others should find other sectors. And that is it. We cannot run away from it. As we face out in terms of retirement, our children will also be coming. Your daughters will be, your people will come. And that is how we're phasing out. We're phasing out. So I think the present vision is something that we should all employ and accept, whether we like it or not. Not all Ugandans will be employed in the government sectors or in public service. At least others should go to this private sector. I thank you very much.
Thank you, SP Jimmy Patrick Okema. And in case you've just joined, you're watching Unity TV, Notuchiveri Dibomadit, Melira City, Jinja Kam, where we are. Ahead of Labor Day that is coming, I wanted to tap something about that. In the previous years, there's been high numbers of cases about labor exploitation in Lira City, especially from the foreign investors that you have talked about, that we have so many in Lira City. How often is it 1 year? Cases of labor exploitation.
Okay, some of those
reported?
cases directly to police. Okay. First of all, within the city leadership, we have a council in charge of the workers, both male and female. We have other offices within the city and the districts that handles workers' complaint. And sometimes some of these people run to them, which is okay because at the end of the day, they intervene and handle their problem. Now, challenge comes, just like we've just talked about the youth migrating from the rural areas coming to the urban center. Now, because of need to look for a job, you get into a workplace, you ask for an opportunity, you are given, without clearance of having an appointment letter that depicts what you're going to do for the organization and what they're going to benefit from the organization. These documentations are not there. Someone just bumped into starting work. Now you start working without knowing at the end of the month how much are you going to be paid. Okay? You work, the month ends, you hear the tale, you wait, you're going to be paid, you continue working. 3 months, 4 months, someone has worked, has not been paid, because you do not know how you are going to be paid. Unfortunately, some of these people do not pass through the local leadership. And these are the people who can make you get there. And once you get there, they themselves, as the company employing you, the employers, okay, they'll find it hard to,
Compensate for the month gone already.
yeah, they find it hard. Not only that, they find it difficult even to not to pay you, because they know you pass through the legal or the normal processes. And that is one challenge. A case in point, just yesterday, someone calls me, I think from your station here. There's someone who was arrested at the Lira Central Police Station. They are selling some products of herbal medicine. There is nothing like UV.
Uganda Bureau.
Yes.
Of study standards?
Yeah, it's not reflected on their medicine.
UNBS?
Yes, it's not reflected. They do not have any of those captions or labels. The patient does not have any certificate of registration for his operation. Completely has nothing.
It's not a certified product.
But is giving herbal medicine to our people. Now, I was telling them, fine, sometimes we get some of these challenges where somebody is having ulcers. You just talked of ulcers. You may not know the origin of your ulcers. Probably you've been involved in taking some of this herbal medicine unknowingly. You think it is going to cure you, but there is no dose for the medicine. Now, how do you give me? Absolutely. You have not been diagnosed. You don't know whether this is what takes you to that. So these are some of the challenges that we have. And that is why this person is in custody, is being investigated, and I'm sure at the end of the day, if he fails to produce all those documents that are required, he'll have to face it, he'll have to be taken. So it is true that some of these youths get these challenges of going into workplaces without any documentation, and at the end of the day, they become a challenge in line to when it comes to payment. But of course, they'll have to run to us, or they'll have to run to the office of RCs, they run to the chairman, they run to the mayor. All these are offices that they can approach for purposes of getting help. But my appeal to our viewers, particularly those in such categories, before you get into this private work, you're working for someone, kindly get the terms and conditions very clearly. Let you be know how much you're going to be paid. Is it on a daily basis? Is it on a weekly basis? Is it on a monthly basis? So that you know. Don't just go because you've got an opportunity and you start working. Sometimes they work up to 10 in the night. Are you aware?
I'm aware.
Yeah, so what time are you supposed to work? Because the normal time of working is 8 to 5. That is for us in public service. How about in private? Others start from 7, goes beyond. Like me, I had a similar experience. Okay? In my senior 6 vacation, I was in Kampala. I went to a place called Cap Quarter. It's actually a factory that handles furniture. So we get into business, work there, you report at 6. 7, you should start working. They bring for you tea, you're working while filing the wood. It was not easy. Again, we go up to 10 in the night, sometimes even midnight. You go back home, 6, you must be working, coming back. What time will you have rested? So it is something which is very, very challenging. One time I saw people who do not have any skills in handling machines. One was taken to operate the machine. Now the machine cut the whole of this hand. I saw this hand jumping. It was so painful. These are things that we are talking about. Just because of impatience, because of need to do the job.
Being desperate.
Desperate, yes, you should call it that. It makes our people go and do work without understanding how they are going to be paid. So we call upon, kindly pass through the local leadership, come to our Divisional mayors are there, the councillors, the city mayor, the town clerk. Approach all these avenues. At the end of the day, as you get there, you find a very good opportunities. Recommendation, let somebody who is known in the area to recommend such that it gives fear to your employer. Thank you very much.
We have had situations whereby there is premature termination of contracts or maybe breaching contracts. Many people have always sat back, then they question themselves, what do I do next if my contract has been terminated prematurely before its due time? Maybe legally, if you don't mind, would you guide the public how to go about that?
Well, there are processes that needs to be followed. And that is why I'm appealing to our viewers that if you felt a victim of that, it is important that through the normal processes, before getting there, get recommendation from a recognized person, so that if such things are going to happen, even the one who is going to terminate you is conscious of the person is going to terminate his or her contract. At the end of the day, there are legal actions that will have to take its course. You terminate a contract before the contract day, payments that you need to make as part of compensation. All this needs to be done. And sometimes these people, all these victims, cries alone. We only hear about them, but they do not approach our offices for support. So it is important that kindly our viewers use our offices. These are public offices. Without you coming, as you are not giving us work, okay? We have investigators come report formally. This matter is taken up, the case is registered, and formal procedures is taken, and at the end of the day, you are supported. That is what I can say.
One time I encountered a group of employers. There was a very serious issue at hand. What happened? They terminated contract UTG. So these people reported to the labor office. Then the boss was like, that person is my brother, you're wasting time. How about you just drop the case and I consider if I can take you back or not?
Before dropping a case, that processes must have gone through. For a case to be dropped, there are also procedures. Once a case is registered, investigation is done, action has been taken, probably file submitted to the state for perusal and legal guidance. It is only the same state that can stop that case, not even at police. Once a matter comes to police, our IOs, we write to the CID, regional CID or the OCCID, who will also make his minute. If at all this issue is to be settled outside court, it is written back to the state with evidence that yes, these people have confirmed handling this matter outside court. You also proposed to the state that, sir or madam, let these people settle their matter as requested. And the state will look through. If he finds there a gap, he will ask the OC, please, I want this put. A case in point, my brother from my father's side, okay, happened to felt a victim of an accident. Now, when the issues, all these other processes from home were done, the other party came to the police, said, no, we have settled this matter. So they took the additional statement. The OC traffic took back the file to the state. State asked for some confirmation of certain things because it was a fatal. So he needed confirmation of the items that were delivered at home in terms of burial expenses. Once that was attached into the file, he confirms that yes, it is confirmed that these people have settled their issues outside court. So the next was to close the file and ask the OC to release the permit of this officer and hand over the vehicle to the owner. That is it. That is how things can be handled in a legal form. But this thing of coming, this is my so and so, no, we don't do things. That is a kangaroo way of doing things. That normal procedures must. That's why we keep saying Uganda is a country that respects the rule of law. You do not wake up and guide or instruct an OCCAD or OC traffic. These are the people who handle files that, no, let this issue now end there. No, it doesn't just end like that. Those steps must be followed to avoid future concerns that may arise. Thank you.
Oh, thank you so much, SP Jimmy Patrick Okema, for that insightful conversation you've had with Unity TV this morning. I believe Jamaican and Unity TV are so honored and blessed to hear such coming out from an expert like you. For the Jamaican town, it has been the community's concern. People keep questioning themselves here and there, asking themselves, maybe the brainstorming, what should we do next? Vacation, like, they've vacated us off the street. Was it right or not? And it reached a point whereby some people were thinking the city authority is doing this without the notice of the law. And some people at one time had an intention of taking the case to police. But you coming here shows us, maybe it's a clear indication to everyone viewing that this is a joint effort that every organ of the government is aware of, and we are running towards a common cause. I'll give you some time. You give us your Easter message, unless
Okay.
you have something to add on.
Before we go to that, you hinted something that others wanted to bring maybe their cases. Fortunately,
Yes.
the city authority were very smart. Okay? First, they notified people. Those who are supposed to be evicted, they notified them through written documents. And I can tell you, in the city like this, if you build your house far without a business plan or without a city plan, that house can be brought down within hours. You could have built your house 5 years, but within hours, that house can be brought down. We have seen this, actually. That's why I'm saying there's a difference between operations, enforcement here and other cities. In Gulu, I saw a veranda was beyond the road reserve, or was within the road reserve. They had to break down the verandas. The house just remained the house. You get?
Without a veranda.
Without the veranda. Now, you as
But it became
the
a
house
floating
owner
house.
now, you should think, that means you should extend the house backward because there are no space. Aspects of sympathy sometimes makes us fail enforcement. If you become so sympathetic, you will fail to succeed in what you want to achieve. Because at the end of the day, either you're compromised or whatever happened, it is only you who knows. I know sometimes we can have human face, but I am telling you, if it is a legal directive, it has to be enforced. Development comes with its challenges, okay? Just like we've been saying, there are those who, the city or the town is their village. Are you aware?
I am.
There are others whose home are in the city. Now, it is so unfortunate that sometimes you have not been blessed with resources. You may fail to put a particular standard of a building that the city requires. What should you do? You should sell off that place to the person who can
Who
afford.
has the potential?
Absolutely. And for you, you withdraw. From the city, you go and get a plot or a land
Which
somewhere
is
in the
one
village.
thing people in Lira City has failed to
It is hard, but
embrace.
that is the reality. Because if you've not been blessed with resources.
Just about 2 months ago, I encountered a burial along Juba Road.
Yes.
You can imagine, along Juba Road.
We can't bury now in the city.
People are doing so.
That is it. But only sometimes to come, they are supposed to remove, they are supposed to exhume these bodies and take to them. This is city area.
Hey, will there be a compensation for all that exhuming bodies and transferring them to a new
There is
site and
something
all
small
that?
on that. Because if I pick from the perspective from where I come from, I have a neighbor. But the compensation is small. It's around 150,000 to exhume a bodies. If you had maybe 3-4
Bodies.
graves, okay, times 4, that's around 600,000. But of course, what does it require to exhume the body? There is nothing much bigger. It's getting the team to exhume, pay them, you do some ritual as per the culture, what it says, maybe getting goats, you do what it is required, and that is it. And that grave, once it is exhumed, you don't feel the what? You don't
They say they
push
plant
the
a
soul.
banana. Banana plant?
No, it gets filled by itself. As it rains, soil keeps going. But after exhuming, you don't just pour the soil back into the hole.
Why?
That is culture. It's not me. Okay?
That's strange.
But
I've never
others,
heard
of
of
course,
that.
we now, religion has also come in. There are those born again people who say, for us now, we don't know this. This is traditional cultural thing.
Yes.
We just do ours like that. But at the end of the day, we find that some of these things are happening. So in a nutshell, it is true that some of those challenges are always there. So it is important that people should know that what the city authority are doing or have done, because when I talked to the city enforcement team, he said they're still doing it the next more three weeks to come. So that means the process is still ongoing. I saw last time in Tesoba how they handle Tesoba. Tesoba is looking, yeah.
Beautiful.
Something is coming
Almost
up.
like Gulu City.
Something, but not yet there. Something is coming. Okay,
Quite
the only
promising.
difference is Gulu City, their road networks are a little up to there, I would say 70, 80%. But ours here,
More improved.
I think we are still in 20s. I was in Lira City, we are still in 20s. But I'm happy. Last time I heard that there is another youth meet fund, which has come, about 3 something. I don't know the figure, but we hope our leadership will do all the needful and see that they improve on our road
Road
networks in the city. But otherwise, I can tell you, Rita and our viewers, I fear driving in Lira City. You wash your car, now you move 300 meters away, the car is already dirty. Potholes are like potholes. But I know sometimes we shall reach there.
We are promising.
We shall reach there, and that is our. So there is no one who will go to court or to police that I'm going to open. And this is something which is being done all over. It is not only the city who woke up just one day and said, let's go and enforce this. They have reminded people, they have warned people, they have given time for people, they have written letters to them for them to leave and go to other gazetted points. In any case, we cannot be having chapati makers all over the street, much as it is what we eat, but there should be a point where they can be. Mobile money people, they cannot just, the borders. This is one thing that the city leadership have failed. But the border stages are everywhere. We hope one day they'll invite us, and we also guide them on particular points where they can put
The stage.
stages. Then when it comes to issues of parking, it is very hard to park in the city street. You can park anywhere. They come and write for your receipt, you pay, and that's it. But there is a gap being created. The city will just be very disorganized. I like borrowing examples from our neighbors here. A street is gazetted, strictly one side. You can't see a double parking. That is the beauty. Even the other streets which are one way, if you move to Gulu here, they enforce it and it is working. Any mere attempt to cross, you are stopped, fine, or your vehicle is clamped. You pay a heavy fine into the bank. So I'm sure that our leadership are not sleeping, but slowly by slowly, we shall also reach there. Thank you very much.
Thank you, SP Okema, for honoring our invitation and showing up in the studios of Unity TV. We have come to the end of this show, just like all good things come to an end. I would say you give your last remarks to the viewers as we expect you ahead of Easter season.
Sure.
Yeah.
My last remark is people should accept the enforcement which is ongoing. It is in the interest of keeping sanity in the city and seeing that business moves on smoothly. Let us accept and go by it. As we come to the end of
Lent.
Lent period, on 3rd will be the last day of the Lent. That is a Good Friday. This I know now. I'm going to start checking. Ginamino now come. Ginamino now come. Very well.
You can finish it.
Okay, because of time, we may not go into that. But around this festive period, just like a statement I issued during Eid celebration, normally criminals take advantage of such a day to do or get involved in criminal activities like defilement, like rape, like housebreaking, theft, robbery. Accident tends to happen because of excitement, something like that. We wish to assure the public and ask them to be very conscious, vigilant, and report all suspicious elements to responsible authorities for purposes of quick responses by our standby team. As security, we are very much committed to providing security to everybody. We shall be conducting intelligence-led operations. We shall be having motorized patrols, both foot and motorized. We shall be having our CCTV cameras control room 24/7 on monitoring, and also our emergency call line. Currently, it is installed in Gulu. You can call 999 or 112 and get help. That is how we're going to work. But our commitment to securing Easter stands. All our territorial commanders have already been told on what to do. They are supposed to come out with operation orders on how they will secure their areas of responsibilities. That will guide, and as a region, we shall be there to support them. Our regional police commander is very supportive to all our district police commanders. That is what I can say. We wish you nice celebration. Don't forget to lock your houses, put security light. Don't leave children unattended to at home. Kindly, when you move out for celebration, make sure you inform your neighbors. Install CCTV cameras. Many of that said, we wish you a happy celebration. Thank you, and thank you very much.
With that,
Let me extend greetings to my friends who are viewing, my good friend. I have so many people who have told me about viewing. I have my friend who is viewing this live from Kampala. Kindly regards to you and Mom. I know you're directly following Flavia, and Mommy, you're following. My people at home, they're following. Thank you very much.
Oh, that's a honor and a pleasure. With that, I don't think I can add on more, but we expect you next week ahead of Easter. Please, if we reach out, we request you honor our invitation and show up in the studios of Unity TV once again. From me to you, have a good Friday, lovely weekend as we catch up next week. Bye.
Do you know when you call love, when two become one? And I felt like a boo in your arms, I call home. Do you know when you call love, when two become one? And I felt like a boo in your arms, I call home. It feels like paradise when your hands are in mine. It feels like paradise when I drown into your eyes. Like it feels like paradise When your hands are in mine, it feels like paradise.
Bring my headphones.
The dusty roads, they tell a tale where stories rise like the morning gale. Market stalls and a beating heart, lyric cities where the dreams all start. A sky so wide, it's an endless blue. The fields so green, they're calling you. Drums, they echo through the town tonight. Lyric city shining like the northern light. Boda, weave through the street. Life's a rhythm you feel in your feet. Neighbors smile, they always greet. Under the sun where hearts compete. From the riverbanks to the sacred trees, the city hums with endless harmonies. Dreams are sown where the stars convene. Leader's legacy lives unseen. Kids are laughing, their spirits free, chasing joy like birds through the breeze. The elders speak of what used to be. Lyra holds our history. A sky so wide, it's an endless blue. The fields so green, they're calling you. Drums, they echo through the town tonight. Lyric city shining like the
Man chawa me muti lebla Unity FM.
Kare apoya teka rede Julia mut mele blanc e piera bongwen via biro tondera biro Unity FM kiri Unity TV amutu ya don tia kobani amagi Yohanyen mepo kodo kwi wudi ducha meti lawa chahere do atera tiri do me angwen na me abirni uchiri kali me soroti main prison uchelo tino lawa deka me unutia temolo iyo kolagamente jo angwen no kene kidimne yudong iretalit mechel polishi dogolo district ye yenyo ko blomor me ma pier ngwen yeriyo mo wuro lo heri yidam to porro ko ipi deder mo buruelo bisel lira city west division digatini uchobi kom bulmoro me oto ko ite bari jamna i klija chela me urumu kunacha kanchil mo tuge district ukeru chogo miaga me chilling billion pierario ya borom na imwagale mario e pierario bichela rio e pierario biro man kede ni chela ke lubotu yore ke yore nyao bedo finela kulupio Yihanyen mepo kodogo wudi ducha meti lao bino do chagara tira do me angwenda me bino ni lao choli kriteso subregion yore me cholo dogman rok me lao teso kre choli biro korpi kara light me chel iyunge president Museveni katuke nena nyen ni maram miro kwanya ko yeha me cholo doka lao e ka do chako poko doga bichi ude chele waraga me opichi rano pamerite ministry law ketolog Dr. Amina Zawede odigo bodichi town clerk the city clerk duchi lobi Uganda chiwni teacher me amiyo wi poche chela chel nuo kere dok bino do chagero ko atira tiri dwe me angwena me abirne da miru yigani chagero ko chonne warga Dr. Amina Zawede man chimni morno ti ducha ma ko chulo dokalao alobu yore me otio tikere e con project agamente me parish development model me me yo dutch pero kere kare me no dok magim alobe ke report man ni ndwe pirariwa bichel dwe me adek ma ko tutumia riyo pirariwa bichel tunu kere ni ndwe bich dwe me angwen ma ko tutumia riyo pirariwa bichel a choy wi poche chela chel kun jan jag ye ni ye bino bebe miere longa metiuro bogim we ko chonyi otadera miru nung doki chakini ndwa biru dwe me angwen ma ko tutumia riyo pirariwa bichel tunu kere ni ndwa paru ya biru dwe me angwen ma ko tutumia riyo pirariwa bichel aberu tieko yeko kere kiyo nyingwi pachi ameo choye ame miru nung chulman kun parish development committee ne ye miro teli bane acho chagere ni ndwe pirariyo tunu kere ni ndwe pirariwa bij dwe me bij magaman beru kara me amiyo kere joan yang donga tutut kita me chul bino wot kedem kun tim me parish development committee ne ye pudang bino teli bane chul bino do chagara tera ni ndwe pira dek me dwe me angwen mwaka tutumia riyo pirariwa bichel kuno pichi ya prime minister ene ye bino ketu chente ni yigulole me yichi madana chala chala opija prime minister ko ni pachu me oye ko miru bet keri choden me petule yikere pu dawdang miru bet keri logo dog miru peu bet pachu hame kon bino nuo chente ite yiga government me parish development model imioga keri national agricultural advisory services yiga me poko dog manu beru yiga me pikara laju karage jutedera beti lao kakan ukuro doju yunge president Yoweri Kaguta Museveni chigere me chulo dog manen to woro machoni kare no beo me kwayo kwiri lao kakan to kwayo ni miru kong chori yiga ni okona hakache yiga me kwayo kwiri kede bolo kwiri to Chirikali men soroti main prison uchelo teno lawa deka me unu chete molui yot kolagamente jangwen no kene tudong kereta lead mechel reporter me OC me soroti main prison George Bukenya tiumi we chochwe di changatini nimne chiuni chan mano timeri tungcha wapar me utiena worni kare me uchirikali me soroti main prison unu chete mo medwa ko bushi yot kol enda okoni buch magi ame unu ti group mejo akara par yechel uputa wachel kere mirme upio kwa chel me ot kola me otio gero kuna cha entam ikara mo chirikali me ot kolo neno gi to churu richachi kom ja pola tam jo adek kin gi to ko choro endao kuni jo adek to ko choro achala duge me reta gino nuoi kom richachi mo chelo gi kere kun jo ngweni kin gimne udung reta le ten to worgi chela karabi bino wecho to do ko yod burum ikara mo neno richachi ma ko worgi ko
tawa pare nishi ya meo ya kaeka bucho kama kwenye nishi kwenye sasa na isepu kwa mwenye kwenye yoda kidogo kwenye moni sana na bucha mwenye mwenye kisosho ni nishi kudoshi kwa mwenye kwenye hado mtia te kwa kaino simu wao cha makfa nini kautu lukwe pijo no bila honye tuke ni mapat na mwuke mekeshi mwemu na tini ni ya resho dora resho dora na ita nisini ila wilu wakonye tekine ita ni otina debe ilo mpogo tumuko arasi exploitation physical commission kasiani ita tuli mko tore dan mantoria ita kwa dokta tan alokosho dieta kwa operation na mtu kwa mtata
Bukenya medao beratin lao mea Patch district medenia dung tia wango igelo maro beru bucha mea kwa ni yai lao kakana kunu kwanyi otkola pati kingiu peru lira government prison alo ngom maleptong kida weya me miu ye nyuwara joma gine tio bedigia tek mechel enda okone dung tia rachelo polotino lao magi kao mahogi utuni otkola meti miera pate koto loko nyingi oko ame manna uwe put yungi nyingi ame uchelo ni pienne urutu ye nyungi chakwa hukongi yifaila ma ko gikede piman neno kwa ojo warigi unutie tu yu buch soroti main prison kuru ya e lao kan me yenyo yu warigi wegdang to neno kirango amoro kwa nyoliel kelo pachum e ka o to kelo yiko ikarama birenyim
Sampai ini semua saya lupa menu kupanya dia dengan negara away prison farm, electron prison farm, punya along, Amerika punya borwakan itu kaji nama luar wara, Amerika ini terus borwakan, ini itu saya ini kau ini mau Amerika sepuluh lah mau ini tu, boleh kau kubur terus tidak kau itu terendam, kalau kau ini displaced ini, itu ada donor orang tidak mau saya taruh cek, ini terus prison, kalau ini ya to dina solo kwa yo do na pire peke no pero que yo no tiene ana que yo na chalo ba de me pues me pri me mo yo el mira no pero si me na mo yo kweli
Kenya konia ditri polici melo Uganda bino golo wada ni miru chielo tone ka bucho roke kena motemo lui ot kola agamente dog mano bero chika meti ot kol doj ameti tuak pinga papat melo Uganda enda okoni buch magi bero gore yi group ya kinagi pinine morano no ko karange dog nen chalo unutu goyo pulan melo enti guma rajo adekti donga moruenyo kwogyo ko ye tuni chawa mecho ya mut mano nuliele jo adekti ot gwoko liele Dakatal Soroti Regional Referral Hospital kadana chelti teri ora ya me wo kwanyo nyigri chacha meti umoko ko kore dana cheli kingim genu ko mere putia tek mechele ka jario putio nungo ko mecha e Dakatal Lichi Dogolo district ya yenyo komlomoro me mwa pira ngwen yariyo mo woro luokeri idam to porro ko yipi chan mano timere dichenga wori wang tit mea Dugolo tonga meti Eastern Ward Dogolo Town Council kun lona me tia gachini ko mere tumimne nye Morris ayile kun koma chel mea Dugolo tong Mathias weo koni ayile wor me luoki idam me otelungo Dima Valley Tank ento te gonyo bomere donyo ko yipi perung to duogo akatwal enda okono tina me unu tia tuginge dam eni yo neno chan man to mi yunge bot jira na moru mudamim ka otunungo ka bon yile ke keneno dongo ko lak pien to ko mi donu pe chagera na ka wori di cheng
kuna moti era wo ritabio medici ayile Morris deri wansit medima Eastern Ward of Town Council. Then bino idam also no families of water. Then I find them koyo. Then the time get up to TV. Enter don't you see when you go in at a record, don't you see that when they are put at a just first special. Mr. Don't you see kind of cold roll. Then another word your teacher some now work and you put come put on there.
Chiamane weo medeni otedero bino baki yipi chagari chawa biro keken meidi chenga woro nagatini ni pero nuwa twali koma yila memana miogyogo report bot polici Dogolo Central Police Station weko kongi yenyo koma yila kedeteme kweda enda okuni man umio chawa ni tipeo beru tirama kukongo medana mo pori idam timere kuna chen timwa karo kwa tina chero pori idam itedang to kwa mea mituni otedero duj biro nenu chahugwa kukogi roma malu mechel
When a man and you come in, he said, by love, Maramera, Binum, Obermus, meeting you. Naraka, Mudami, and Tigan to Yeni Jobin Valley, that is your senator fair, Finichi Haran Naharaki. So I'm like a man of Yeni Jomero, and Piantia Mukunya to the Tahata. But I won't get your dish of Bino, or Pianti Jomero, young Hawaii, Arbino, Mila, Neoni, Gabino, I take it to your Maramego.
Nichawa mecho ya mutmano no polishi tia yeleta hokiduchu piye nyoko mayile wek timi kweda heka to kwanyo lielere wek mi chingwari mere me ayika itung chelda otedero mo buruwelo bise lilira City West Division dikatini uchopi kumbulu mora moto kwa ete ibarija me kilija cheli kunacha ilo keri kidini jefe marana won koma chel meri ya man Daniel Ogwao kuni uchopi kumichowa me opportunity kireme mwaka pia riotu ni pia riwa deg uto kwa ete balija me kilija meti yo buruwelo sel Ogwangda okuri dana moto ni nye peru nuere pieno beru dana mo ya ete ento tia mea ngokure momna kana meo nuo lielere tiye enda okuri dana mora meo wuri kachan manna okuni atoni oberu atingpuko meo gechini oberu tung yu adugo ento mna unu maro matoko yora racho katokare piman nenda okuni ubinu kubere kire polishi lira City West Division meo kwanyo kumato doki chawa mecho ya muti unu utero koye odgoko lile Dakatal dung me lira kache kweda mede waranyim gwangda kwa ojoame ngeo atoman me kubere kiru tela me kinpachu medo kire polichi wego yenyoro pore me kubere kire wargie ka otomi yo lela ko chingi me ayiga
Atete watu nuora report dikuni amekogoni watoto tawe tekanisho toli me oburuelo so da anati wot atu nuora tiota tabarija me charo nuo tawe tabarija tutemo neno baru beronga kalera rupetia binu pera ngeo eka ino tu luongo atu luongo police tolam luongo hosi tibino neno indong hosi tikubere geler jote kwanyo tero dong imochari Dakatal dong nye dang pongeo ko da pongeo kayingo bara te kanisha kan jo agad beri e pola
Berdana dire da khaye cho
o beri cho kara ta hule mo hapia ro wario pero wadek
Karamo kubere kera lok pipulishi melao Jimmy Patrick okemeno kubuni no put penu ngecha maho chan manen to chigere ni bino kwedi diro mechele kete ya reporter bora church me Unity FM. Kanchil me otuge district okati chogo miega me chilling billion pierario ya boro pi mwakale mario pierario abichela rio pierario abira mabiri ilokere kere chocho edi changati ni won koma big me otuge district Francis Abola ko ni marnam ikum chilling billion pierario ya boro million mie chele ya bongwen ni chilling million abichela ame okere chogo miega lempi mwakale mario pierario abichela rio pierario abira billion apara bero ikome puonyere yutuge district ka billion pierabicha ngwen okere kometela billion pierangwen ya bongwen okere komeyot kom pur yo bino tero weli mamero billion apar ya bongwen eka pur bino tero chenta mero billion apar ya bongwen ame okere me konyo i mwali mabino ni enda okoni mono ka oduoke pachenti chimoni mono pachenti piera deku ya bore tonera chele ni yo okere kome puonyere telo tero pachenti apar ya bongwen tonera big yot kom tero pachenti apar ya biro itonera bichel kun puru tero pachenti bichele tonera bongwen eka puru yo ito tero pachenti ya bichele tonera bongwen abola oko ni modam ikum chogo miaka limgi memo alima rio piera rio bichele rio piera rio bira mokatu kedeni en do tero chento danya la obero come puonyere me okere yeweli modanyo dochamna man billion apare tonera biro
Yamangwen, what was the China Duong? Namacheli, your better education, Mario administration. The third one is production of the Namangwen to have any work.
Sizabola medeni gengitini chogo miakale memwa hatutumia rio piera bichela rio piera bero ni akonyo mechele rocho puonyere yot kompur tela kere puru yo ameti yo tuge district aloro abola da okoni bino lo buyo chente memiaka pi mwakale mario piera bichela rio piera bero menano ni okere tichi yora berwe kela loka kwota der duch ameti rumo tuge district Karume dola mutane ni yiho piri Unity FM kiri Unity TV. We are done utia kobunia magin. Yiha nyen mepo kodohe wi wude chala meti lao binu do jagara tera tiri dwe mea ngwena mea binu ni yung yo bembe mameti yo picha prime minister. Moko ni do utia tera meme yo tadera meti lao chako nungu do magi. Uchirikali me soroti main prison uchelo tirola deka me onu tia temolo ot kolagamente kunjua ngweni kingimne putu don kereda late mechel polici dogolo district ya yenyo komlomor me mwaka pia ngweni ya riyo ma uoro luwakari idam ento topo roko yipi Tadero me buruelo bisele lira City West Division dikatini ni uchopi kumbulu mora me ogecho ni ubera tingpuhu me mwaka pia riwa deg tiuto ko ite barija me kilija eka kanchil me otuge district yuka tuge chogo mieka pi mwaka lima riyo pia riwa bicha riyo pia riwa biro kurukeri ya wili mameromo chilling billion pia riyo ya bore tonera chaltwal apuwa tiki na me winya Unity FM kiri yina me biro nena Unity TV pijua me pekere chim smartphone yini beru keng jama besho tutwal Unity TV amiera poyu wini te hetikere chim smartphone woroko YouTube emo 97.7 Unity TV yini nena kiratia kiyikira muti yekan yida bera yomi yepien nuiti kere kare meneno jami wai penuiti winya nyueti wanya te poyoni ya muta me wano kele Unity TV kere Unity FM berena menu kia chill eka oto mohere danka yini winyi Unity FM nuri yini winyo kopati teni pocha dungda worobot senior producers me mut me di changatine James Ronald Joshua Rita kere Dina Precious poyo tutwalpi miya muti kiye Unity TV jo ame ubero neno Unity TV tuwapinga papata me Unity ye Maxwell Eloy nuta neno wa from Nitiana Kampala upoyo tutwal James Okodi Gulu City eka Ojoha Levi tenen wa Kampala landing site eka Dur Dennis Bukulo tenen wa from Abuja eka ngatukena meda obero following wa choma wero Royal Kidgum ameonu tenen wa from Karayan otim tenen wa Iganga Opio Francis tenen wa Kole district eka Opio Mike tenen wa Idnama Yingo opoi tutwal Bono Jok nutang tenen Unity TV kuneno ko ni finala right with pe kaudo hekome recharge. Why would you run away from a lawful custody? Those officers who shot them are doing their work according to the law. Manana gonyente kobuni kayinde worry tegwa kagamente unyo kanajo keronia ye wite tek muni call nenipe temoloi pien kadu muchili ki recharge jonunu tie tiyo tigi bono jokte koni kopme dokalao ame chako pokono wakapol akokatek. But I pray our leaders to respect the procedures. Poyo pitami boni Daniel Prince koni thank you Unity Wanda opoi Thompson Paul Obira koni anything and white timber yard Lera City Amot Ken Bori Kedang Ojok Okao Isaac Tianenwa Kayunga Adupa Daniel Tianenwa Busia Deborah Aguri Tianenwa from Saudi Arabia Dennis Opio Tianenwa Bulisa Eka Judith Akulu Tianenwa Modo Manilira City West Division Kano Port 12 Pocha Dung Dante Woodbot Yoduch Me Omodo City Eka Daniel Otidi Tianenwa Masaka City Polo Isaac Onyopelo Isaac Tianenwa Rainbow Kun Baba Peace Tianenwa live from Iganga. Kedo jokena chala me paro mo kwano nyingu yore pipeho me chawa pien miru woro ke programo kene Unity FM kere Unity TV ana me teka e kobini yin pe iberwa nyamura wanya wori ichimi ite subscribing tedi chalo lang miyo teki programo ke kentie yiberu kere kare menungo kwena merko ekete nena kere wany ba me polo mede kere mi yigum kai wenye Unity FM.
Best radio in town.
The dusty roads, they tell a tale where stories rise like the morning gale. Market stalls and a beating heart, Lyra cities where the dreams all start. A sky so wide, it's an endless blue. The fields so green, they're calling you. Drums, they echo through the town tonight. Lyra city shining like the northern light. Bow dust, weave through the street. Life's a rhythm you feel in your feet. Neighbors smile, they always greet. Under the sun where hearts compete. From the riverbanks to the sacred trees, the city hums with endless harmonies. Dreams are sown where the stars convene. Lyra's legacy lives unseen. Kids are laughing, their spirits free, chasing joy like birds through the breeze. The elders speak of what used to be. Lyra holds our history. A sky so wide, it's an endless blue. The fields so green, they're calling you. Drums, they echo through the town tonight. Lyra city shining like the north. Lyra city shining like the northern light.
Ooh, yes, way. Oh, yes, way. Way, where can I buy? Oh. Anapira kenani atimu mo. Kabu jini langera aromo mo. Ana kore ni atwero mo. Kabu jini koma ona timu mo. Wame chunti utoko. Miri wame dano ti utadwo. Bilobu wapire kumti where you go. Yakandi kere don't you guru danu go machinga yesu pewe wokeda yesu pebola ya mwana yesane nyima nyiwa kuwe patara wata pira kena ukole kole la kiuru vero kwa rap ukiru keke nukrecha likala ta papa karmana poni ngo yawe kape chunkera wokeda won meni ye we halo luen pira luen me chunyi we halo lekeda nen me chunyi we halo tweri deu du jana nui bori akaba chinga akaba chinga akaba chinga akaba chinga yesu chinga ba chuinya chinga ba chuinya chinga ba chuinya chinga ba chuinya ya baba wanga Kendo wadiu renyuko Nenjama beshu nuja pangapa Yalangala Inuja jaya ja Aina rachi nuja gonga go Wira Nuja bida bida Kuloku banjo jara bikin pin Nila kwani Kwa bakisha pikbari Atinu bawe Kapanguri komba Bambino loki wane Anapira kena ni atimu ngo Kabu jini langera aromo ngo Ana kore kore ni atweru ngo Kabu jini koma ana timu ngo Makaba chinga Makaba chinga Makaba chinga Makaba chinga yesu Chinga ba chuinya Chinga ba chuinya Chinga ba chuinya Chinga ba
Emmanuel is your name.